United Nations member states have removed Iran from a key UN women's rights group just months after it joined. The unusual reversal comes as Iran is rattled by an ongoing protest movement sparked by the death of a young woman, Mahsa Amini, in the custody of the country's so-called morality police. Tehran has been increasingly suppressing human rights amid nationwide protests, which led to the expulsion. The 54-member UN Economic and Social Council adopted a US-drafted resolution to remove with immediate effect the Islamic Republic of Iran from the Commission on the Status of Women for the remainder of its 2022 to 2026 term.
An Irish soldier was killed on a UN peacekeeping mission in Lebanon late on Wednesday. It happened when a convoy of 2 armored utility vehicles traveling to Beirut came under small arms fire. That's according to Ireland's Defence Forces in a statement. Another Irish member of the United Nations Interim Forces is in serious condition from the issue.
The last French soldiers deployed in the Central African Republic left the capital Bangui on Thursday as relations between the two countries remain tense. A plane carrying the 47 soldiers took off from Bangui at around midday local time. In the summer of 2021, Paris decided to suspend its military cooperation with Bangui after accusing the Central African authorities of complicity in an anti-French campaign orchestrated by Russia. Moscow has cultivated influence in the country since the arrival of Russian military contractors invited by President Faustin-Archange Touadéra to train the country's army and to help restore security.
In a historic moment for Kosovo, Prime Minister Albin Kurti has submitted a formal application to join the EU. Kosovo is the last country in the Western Balkans to apply to join the bloc. But this is the first step in a long journey ahead, one that will require reforms and economic alignment. The constant tension between Pristina and Serbia, which considers Kosovo as part of its territory, is one of the main obstacles in the paths of both governments towards EU membership.
This is the leak that we're talking about here. This is the Russian Soyuz. This is on Russia's side of the space station. NASA revealing overnight that it was a coolant leak, and it happened right before the Russian cosmonauts were about to do a spacewalk. That spacewalk was canceled. But this ship also brought American astronaut Frank Rubio to the space station, so that it would also be his ride home back to Earth. Now, NASA, the Russian Space Agency, and the European Space Agency, they're all working together to investigate this leak and then figure out next steps.
12 people have been killed and 8 injured after a landslide turned deadly in Malaysia. The country's disaster management agency says at least 59 people have been rescued from the campsite in the Selangor state, while dozens still remain trapped. Rescue operations are currently underway. The disaster occurred near the outskirts of the capital, Kuala Lumpur. The landslide reportedly fell from an estimated height of 30 meters above the campsite near an organic farm and covered an area of about 1 acre.
A huge aquarium burst in capital city Berlin. About 100 emergency responders rushed to the scene. Now, the aquarium was situated in a complex that houses a hotel, museum, shops and restaurants here. It was reportedly the world's largest freestanding cylindrical aquarium, measuring around 46 feet in height. The burst caused flooding in the building, the road and the sideways. Outside the complex, they're littered with debris currently. 2 people have received splinter injuries. Emergency services are on the site as well. A major road next to the complex has been shut. The aquarium was home to about 1,500 exotic fish.